Captain Caveman!
Hey, we're back. You got Caveman and Forrest, and we're here to shoot another video. Today's Saturday. We're gonna shoot some Jiu-Jitsu today. We're gonna work on a triangle. We talked about it on Tuesday that we're gonna work on a triangle, so we're gonna work the triangle today. Do a couple other drills. We're gonna do the first drill. We're gonna start out with the X drill.
All right. Before we really get into this, if you like what we're doing, if you like our content, don't forget to hit the like button and subscribe and turn on notifications. It'll help you see every video we put out, and it'll support us and get us out there. So you can have your friends do jiu-jitsu. You can have your friends' friends do jiu-jitsu. You can even get your grandma to do jiu-jitsu. So,
Yeah, Grammy. Choke Grammy out.
Yeah, don't forget to do that.
All right.
That was a pretty good shot.
Alright, first drill we're going to learn how to invert a little bit. It's not really that important for what we're doing today, but it's going to be important as we go on farther and farther into the lessons that we're able to get inverted and we're going to be able to get up on our shoulders, alright? This is not how I teach adults first, but this is, I think, the best way to teach kids to start to learn how to invert. You're going to stand up and your child's going to be down. For right now, Forrest is going to be the parent and I'm going to be the child. So Forrest is going to stand up. You're going to have the child lay down on their back. Grab your ankles. You don't want your head in between your legs because there's not a lot of room to go. Alright? So I want the space between the heads and the legs. I'm going to grab both his legs. I'm going to cross my legs like I'm going to make an X. So I'm right here. I cross my feet to make an X. It's like a claw game at the carnival or the circus or the restaurant or whatever, really. Like anytime you pick up the stuffed animal. So I'm going to make an X with my feet. I'm going to come up. I'm going to latch on to Forrest. I'm going to latch on with both my feet. So I'm up on my shoulders. I don't even need my hands. I'm up on my shoulders. My feet are latched on to Forrest. I can't turn the wrong way because it's going to tie my legs in a knot. So the kids are going to figure out which way to go just by feel. All I'm going to do is turn, grab the ankle, foot in the hip. If I know Dalhiva, I can go into Dalhiva from here. There's not really a big deal where we end up. What we're really worried about is coming around, rotating, and coming through. Alright, Forrest is going to try it once. I'm going to show a modification for if you're much taller than your partner. Alright, so I'm going to be standing this time. I'm so tall I'm off the camera. Forrest is going to be down. Grab my ankles, come up, lock around my waist, turn. Perfect. Super simple, right? It's not that simple. Your kids might struggle with it a little bit. Maybe they won't. If they've been in my class a lot, they should know pretty well. If they're newer and they're in my class, this is something they should learn. We're going to get right back into it when we get back, all right? The modification I was talking about earlier is if your kid's like this tall, where they're at your waist, you're going to sit on your knees. They're going to lay down, do the same thing. Start grabbing the ankle, going to grab my legs, come up, make the X, rotate around, all right? Notice, if your son or daughter is Forrest's height and I'm my height, you don't really get up on your shoulders. You're kind of pivoting on your back instead of your shoulders. So if you're about the same height, you want to make sure that you're doing it standing, okay? You don't even really need a mat to do this one, so it's really easy to learn, okay? The next thing, this is a prerequisite, so we need to know to do the triangle, is we're going to attack with our hips, to shoot our hips up and get to the triangle, all right? So we're going to start by laying on our back. Can you move a little bit forward so I can just show this one? So we're going to start by laying on our back, flat on our back, okay? I'm just going to bring my hips up, get back on my shoulders, all right? This is the first part of it. Come back, hips come up, all right? Once we can rock back, get up on our shoulders, now we're going to work the legs, all right? So this time when I come back, I'm going to shoot my legs up and grab a triangle. A triangle is just a figure four. It's really literally a figure of four. So when my legs come up, I cross and make a four right here. Come back down and go back and shoot my hips up. Make a four. Come back down, shoot my hips up, make a four. That's super simple. What you don't want to do is you don't want to do this. If my butt stays on the mat, it's going to be very hard to actually get the triangle. You're going to see that in a minute. Right! we're back. We didn't go anywhere. We're still filming the video. We just hang out. We stop so it's easier to edit. That's why there's all these jumps and pivots and stuff. And when we mess up, when we say something inappropriate or incorrect, we stop it. So if there's a lot of jumps in the video, it means one of us said a lot of stupid stuff. So it's not my poor editing. It's that sometimes I just can't fix what I said. All right. So going back into it, we are going to start to attack the triangle. A triangle choke means we're going to have one arm in between our legs, and we're going to choke them with our legs and our arm and their head, all stuck in between our legs, okay? So that sounds really complicated, but it's really not. So first thing we have to do is we have to learn how to get one arm stuck in between our legs, all right? It's really not that simple when you're doing it in real life, but it's really, really simple to practice. And there's a million ways to get one arm in, one arm out. But I'm going to show a very simple one, very easy to do, and we can use it for a drill, okay? So Forrest is going to be inside my guard. I'm going to control at his wrists. I'm just controlling at his wrists. I could be on his gi too. It depends what kind of game you're playing. But this will work gi and no gi if you grab the wrists. You can be on the wrist too, on the sleeves too, with that flower grip that we talked about earlier. Or you can just be on the wrists. It doesn't really matter, whatever you prefer. I did a lot of no gis, so I'm always grabbing the wrists, even when we have the gis on. So to get into the triangle, we need to get one arm in, one arm out. So what I do is I push one into his stomach, and I pull the other one out. I want to make sure it goes to his stomach, because I have to get my hips higher than wherever I put this hand. If I push his hand to his chest, I have to get my hips up over his hand. So it'd be really hard. I have to get my hips up past his chest. So I like to push it down like I'm trying to punch him in the gut, and pull the other one out like I'm trying to hit myself in the face. You can go either side. Oh, right? You don't really do that, but I be here. That's the motion to do. You don't really want to hit yourself in the face. But sometimes they might want to hit you in the face, so it'll be easy to get the arm out. So the arm that I push in, I'm going to bring my hips back, and I'm going to shoot my legs up and over that side. My leg goes over the arm, so now he has one arm outside of my legs. Swing that arm around. So this arm is outside his legs. Wave it around. So this is my leg. His arm is outside. And his other arm is trapped inside my legs. All right? Come back one more time. Controlling the sleeves. I'm going to push and pull. And now I'm going to shoot my hips up over his shoulder. If you look at my butt, it comes way off the mat, way up to his shoulder. And I want to attack. So there's all this space underneath. Okay? Now I have what I call the triangle lock. It's not really a triangle. My feet are locked around him. And now I would pull him back down to the mat. Okay? So that's the drill we're going to do. I'm going to have Forrest do it a few times. Push, pull. Shoot the legs. Good job. You don't need to finish the triangle yet because we'll get into that. Okay? Push, pull.
Oh, this is my basket.
That's good.
Wait, I did the same thing.
Push, pull. Good. Back. Other side. And back. Other side. Good. So Forrest had a problem with symmetry, right? He was having a harder time on one side than the other. That's very natural in Jiu-Jitsu. There's a lot of differing opinions on how you should train. Some people say you should train both sides to get really good. I believe that you should get really good at one side first, so you understand the movement completely, and then it's a lot easier to learn the other side, because sometimes when you go from side to side, it gets really confusing. I personally found that if I learn it one way, it's a lot easier for me to learn on the other side and learn how to get better on the other side. Okay? Now we're going to go from the triangle lock position into finishing the triangle. Okay? So there's a lot of steps here. We'll show it from a couple different angles and we'll both show it. Right? So first, you should probably lose your glasses now, so don't break those things. Remember, when you tap, what happens? What do? That's right. Let go immediately. Immediately. That means right away. As soon as there's a tap, let go. Alright, so we're going to start. We're already going to say we did the push-pull. Alright? Going to start right in the triangle lock position right here. So what I'm going to do now is I'm going to transfer his hand that's stuck in between my legs over to the side where it's not stuck, and I'm gonna grab right here at the elbow. I like to have this nice control. If his elbow's past my center line, I'm gonna be able to control him very well. All right, he's very hard for him to pull back and make posture and stuff once his arms across. When I use my knees, I'm gonna pull him to my chest and bring Forrest down. I'm gonna grab my shin right here. My hand is gonna come across and grab the shin that's across his back. This is gonna hold Forrest down for making posture. Go ahead and try to make posture. I can hold Forrest down here. My other foot is gonna go into his hip. All right. Once my foot's in his hip, I'm gonna use that to turn. I want to get the hollow of my knee right to Forrest's neck so the choke is tight. As his other arm pulled across, Forrest is already feeling it. He's already ready to tap. All right. This whole time I have my foot here, I'm going to dorsiflex or use my Jiu-Jitsu feet here. Put the other hollow of my knee right onto my ankle. I'm going to squeeze my knees together, pull my knees together, push my hips up, and pull his head down, and I'm going to get a tap. All right. What we're doing is we're choking both sides of the carotid artery. My leg is on one side. I'm pushing his shoulder into the other side. So when I'm squeezing, I'm making sure that my knee is pulling on his shoulder. All right, so I got to make sure I squeeze my knees in. If I just squeeze like this and pull my leg just straight down, not really putting the shoulder into the other side of the neck, so the choke is not as effective. We'll show it from the other side, and then we'll show it from one more angle, and then Forrest will show it a couple times, and then we'll move on. All right, so we'll go this angle. Same side though. So I have my triangle lock already, right? I'm going to move this arm across, so I'm controlling right here. I grab my hand to this shin here so he can't make good posture. Try to make posture. At the same time I'm doing that, I'm going to open my guards. Come back down, please. I'm going to open my guard and put my foot in his hip. Now Forrest can't really smash me like he just did because I can control him. The hollow of my knee goes to his neck. I'm going to make Jiu-Jitsu feet, so I'm not going to have ballerina feet. Jiu-Jitsu feet, dorsiflex. Hollow of my knee comes over my ankle. Push it together, right? I'm going to turn my leg out, bring my knees in. My thigh is right here on his shoulder, and I bring that thigh right into his neck. One thing about pulling down, too, in IBJJF for the kids, it's illegal. So if you're going to the Buffalo Classic or any of those tournaments, it's not okay to do. But in a lot of the tournaments, it's legal. And the correct way to do it is when you're pulling down, you want to pull the neck into the arm. So when I have it locked up, come back in, please. When I have it locked up, I'm not pulling straight down. I'm pulling down and into the arm. All right, and it's going to make the choke much worse. One more time from an angle where my head's facing the camera, and then Forrest's going to do it a couple times. Yeah. All right, so we're going to push, pull, shoot the legs. Use my knees to bring them in, cross the arm. Grab the shin, don't let him up, foot in the hip, turn. I want to be looking into his ear right now. All right, if I stay here and Forrest is much bigger than me, he can pick me up and slam me. I'll show you when he's doing it to me. But if I make this angle here, it's really hard for Forrest to come up. He's already pulled across me. Hollow my foot comes up over, squeeze, and finish. All right, Forrest is going to do a few because he's tired of getting choked out already. Push, pull. Shoot the legs up. They already got tight triangles. Gonna pull them arm across. Foot in the hip. Make the finger. Good. Nice finish. That was a really tight triangle. Look how red my face is. I want to talk about the angle real quick though. So you're gonna be down. You can do it again. This time, don't put your foot in the hip and make the angle. You can put your foot in the hip if you need to lock it up, but stay straight. Okay. So if Forrest is straight to me where our heads are lined up when he has a triangle, it's easy for me to pop up to my feet, and if I didn't already smash him and his legs are open, I can pick him up and dunk him right on his head. Okay? This is illegal in Jiu-Jitsu, but it's not illegal in real life. If Forrest makes the angle on me, he's here, and he makes this angle where he's actually looking in my ear, for me to be able to... finish it up, lock it up. No, it's not there. Yeah, across. Angle here. Good. For me to be able to pick Forrest up, I have to square my hips to him. Alright, so I have to take another step. If Forrest is squeezing and choking me, it's going to be pretty hard for me to square my hips to him. Okay? So that little angle is important. So the angle is, if I'm here, this is straight. See how I'm straight with him? When I want to finish, put my foot in the hip and I turn my legs. So I'm looking right into his ear. Notice, watch this foot as I turn my hips. So we're square. See how this foot starts to come straight across his back? That's what I want. If his foot is like this, or if there's space between my shin and the back of his head, no good. I want that leg as straight across as possible, okay? Lock it up and squeeze. No matter how short your legs are, you can have a good triangle. The only thing that really affects being able to do a good triangle is being a little portly. So, you need to be able to, when you're squeezing, like bring everything down. So, if you're like 400 pounds and like 5'1", it might be hard to finish a triangle, okay? If that's the case, triangles might be a little bit difficult for you. But if your legs are just short, you can use your body to get into the right position to finish almost all the time. Right? You've used a triangle on pretty big people. Anything to add?
Triangle's really good.
Yeah, triangle's really good. Remember, when your parent taps, let go, kids.
Yeah. Or else you're going to be grounded for a long time.
Yep. You'll be grounded forever. Right! Now we're going to show the armbar off the triangle. If anyone has never seen Mario Sperry video, I steal that right from Mario Sperry. That's where it comes from. It's just an homage to him. It's nothing more than that. So I'm not totally crazy. It's just a little shout out to everyone that watches Mario Sperry videos in the old days. My age group definitely knows what I'm talking about. We watched them on VHS for you guys that didn't know. Couldn't just steal it off of YouTube and the dark web like you guys do now. Sometimes we get this triangle, we get the triangle good, boom, locked, foot and hip, turn. And like I was saying, sometimes it's hard to finish this triangle. If my opponent's really skinny and they don't have a lot of shoulder, or they get their arm down here like this and it's really hard for me to finish, sometimes I can't quite finish no matter how hard I squeeze. Sometimes I can't finish no matter how hard I squeeze. Forrest is pretty thick in the shoulders, so this choke, he's very susceptible to this choke. And he's already getting choked in there right now, just from me having that squeeze. But there's some people that are really skinny, really hard to choke. Guys like me, guys like Derek Patterson, guys with no muscles, they're really hard to choke, right? So we're going to be here, we're going to have this arm across. Maybe I can't choke, and he's burying his head in there. What I like to do is I take my forearm, and I dig my forearm across and grab my own thigh. This is going to give me, I'm not grabbing my thigh, I'm sorry. I'm going to reach across and grab my own shin. When I grab my shin, this is going to give me space to get my leg in here. No matter what Forrest does, he cannot stop me from getting my leg up in there. Okay, come on back. Up on your knees. You okay?
Yeah.
Sorry. So I'm going to be here, right here. When I go, I have this locked up. I'm going to put my arm right across his face to grab his shin. Now my body, I can close my eyes and I can find the spot pretty easily. Your body knows where your other limbs are, all right? So it's easy to finish that technique. So the two things that it does when you grab your shin is, one, it keeps his head from coming back in. That's the most important thing. Number two, it allows you to find that spot with your leg. Okay, so now we can go from triangle to armbar. Next video, we're going to work on omoplata. We can go from triangle to armbar to omoplata, back to triangle, back to armbar. And then I'm going to show maybe another variation of the triangle. It's a little advanced for kids class. I might just show it for an adult video actually. But we'll see, okay? If you guys want us to work on anything or give anyone a shout out, make sure you put it in the comments. We'll be more than happy to write something or say something about everyone that's watching. Want to be as accessible as I can be during this time. I miss all you guys I'm not training with really a lot. It's tough for me not to see you guys. That's about all I got for today. You got anything else?
Well, I guess I'll shill again. So yeah, if you enjoyed this video, if you want to see more, hit the like button and the subscribe button. It really helps us out. It obviously is very encouraging to us. So if you want to see more, if you want other people to see this, liking and subscribing will help us get it out there and keep us going.
Also, if there's any techniques that you want to see or anything well, I don't really care what you suggest because I'm going to do it my way anyways. But if there's anything you want to see or learn about, make sure you put it in the comments. We'll be happy to go over it. Look out for Sunday. I'm going to do something about integrity. I don't know what I'm going to do tomorrow. It's either going to be an adult cardio class or an adult Jiu-Jitsu class, MMA class, something. We'll figure. I'm not sure yet. I might bring in an adult to help me out with this one. So we'll see how it goes. And thank you guys for watching. Another week down. Oh, what is today?
The 16th?
16th?
No, it's past the 16th.
I don't know what day it is today. I know it's Saturday because we're doing jiu-jitsu. And yesterday we were off.
I think it's the 18th.
So we'll be doing this at least till May 15th. And until the gyms open back up, we'll be out here. Make sure you count the rock stars so you know how many videos we did. There might have been an imposter in with them today. You can't see it. It's right behind me right now. All right. We're out. Oos! I haven't heard that in a long time. Oos!